Hi guys, it's Tuesday and I have another layout to share with you. This is from my Make a Kit Maui, and that is from a video back in September that shows all the products that I use. So I'm just showing you the picture of Bab here. This is him standing outside of our window. I think we're on the third or fourth floor. But anyway, we had a beautiful view. I don't know what I'm explaining here, but I guess I was talking to someone, probably my children or Bab, looking through some papers, trying to figure out what it is I want to do here. And I think this is part of me showing you my process. So, I probably should have left this part with the audio, but anyway, I just have a habit of editing the same way all the time, so I guess I didn't remember this was one that I was going to share with you how my process works. So I guess I'll do that now. Can you tell I'm a little unprepared for this video? My technology has not been working this morning, so Bab has been on it though. He never fails me. So this is basically how I go through. I pick the photo first, and then I decide which papers that I'm either going to use with the photo, but I always match the paper with the colors in the photo. So that's kind of the process of how I start it. And then I had several 6x6 papers that I wanted to use up in this kit, and I'm just going through those instead of my scraps like I normally do, and picking out which papers I think will go well with the photo. And I do like that little vellum. It'll soften up the back. And this is a lovely piece of paper for the background, so I'm not going to get too messy or anything with it because I do want to keep it pretty much the way it is. So first I go through my 12 by 12, and then I go through my scraps, or in this case my 6x6, and then I start to pull ephemera. And I like monochromatic and kind of analogous themes, so I just start to pull colors that have the same, I guess it's the same shade, the same tone, but are complementary to each other, if you know what I mean. So here I'm heavily focused on the green in the photo because it is Maui and it's beautiful, and you can see the greenery in the background. And some of the papers that I used had a hint of like a turquoise and a gold, and there's that little bit of pink in the tag, and there's a hint of pink in that scrap of paper. So I start to pull in colors that I think match the paper. So first I start with the photo, then I start kind of matching the papers, and I may pull light colors, light hints of color that match that. So yeah, that's kind of the process that I use. So here you can see I've pulled, there's a little bit of gold in that scrap paper, so I pulled a little bit of gold dots, enamel dots, or actually they're puffy stickers, but they look like enamel dots. I also pulled some tiny text that has gold letters, and there's also a little bit of pink in that scrap paper, so there's pink in the tags, but it also has the same colors of green that's in the photo and in the background paper. So I just continue to kind of pull from that. I think the wood veneer is a darker wood, which he's kind of in the shadows there, so his skin color looks a little bit darker. Plus it's, based in nature, so I feel like that darker wood goes very well. What else? Also pulling in some more gold chipboard. So I like to add texture as well. I think that's pretty common now in scrapbooking. So I like to pull a little bit of wood veneer, a little bit of acrylic, a little bit of puffy stickers, a little bit of chipboard, and just make it, have some texture and dimension and some layers to it. So I kind of wish I had not deleted the audio on this, because I did go to the trouble to do that initially. So that is kind of my process for pulling things together. And now I'm going to show you my layout and how I put it together. So this is kind of a twofer, I guess. Let's see. I guess I explained it all in the beginning, so I'm gonna just kind of reiterate. I take the 6x6 or my scraps, and I start to layer up my photo as I usually do. And I love that wood grain paper. I think that's so pretty. And what's weird is it didn't even match the rest of the 6x6 paper, so it was kind of an oddball out, but I do love it. And it's the perfect shade of bluish green. You can't see much of it in the actual layout, but it is there nonetheless. And then the other 6x6 that I use, I kept intact. I'm going to distress all of the edges, and I'm going to kind of build around that 6x6 and the photo. Now my photos have been 4x6 quite a bit lately, because I've been sending them off to Amazon, and oh my gosh, it's just so much easier. I don't necessarily like doing 4x6 all the time. Sometimes I want to do smaller photos, but the convenience of Amazon, and it's like one huge upload, and it's 9 cents a print, and they are quality, and they come out very nice, and they're shipped to my house. I mean, it's fabulous. And I'm on Prime, so it's free shipping. There's no minimum. It's the greatest. So I've fallen in love with Amazon for that. Well, for multiple reasons, but that's one. And I guess I'm just being lazy and not printing many by myself at home, but I do have a Canon selfie, and I will use that on occasion when I get in the mood. But it's just so darn easy to use Amazon. I'm telling you, if you're an Amazon Prime user, it is fantastic to get your prints from there. So I guess it depends on the weather too. You don't want to get them when it's 110 degrees outside if you live in Arizona or anything, but where I live, I can time it appropriately. So instead of me going on the rabbit or down the rabbit trail on Amazon, I guess I'll go back to the layout. Here I am talking to True, I can tell, but I've got my wood veneer and the tags that I pulled in. The wood veneer I'm securing with hot glue, and I'm going to take that label sticker, and I'm going to add a couple of more cut-aparts. And I think the cut-aparts are from Citrus Twist. And one says Perfect Day, and one says Amazing, and it'll go over that label there. I just added another tag and some twine in my tag, and I really like how that looks. And it kind of makes it a foundation for the palm tree and the wood veneer. So here I'm adding those little cut-aparts, and let's see, yeah, I'm going to put them directly on there. And I'm adding my little pineapple. I'm kind of happy pineapples are so popular right now, because I use them on a lot of my Maui pictures. And that is from the chipboard. I think it's Oasis, but I'm not sure. I know some of my die cuts, like the tags and the label, were from Maggie Helm's Chasing Dreams Ephemera. And I know the enamel dots were from the Fancy Pants Millie and June collection. And the wood veneer is from Recollections. Oh, and I'm adding some Lindsay Stamp Gang in Tibetan Poppy Teal. And that's kind of, yeah, there it is. That's kind of all I'm going to do to the page. I mean, it was really simple and quick, and I love the way it turned out. There is social media information at the end and still pictures, and I will talk to you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.